Hello, ladies, gentle queens, and everyone in between. I made that up on the spot. Welcome back to the pod. You know, we almost didn't get this for a plethora of reasons, but one could be really pinpointed, and the other one is like, whatever, make up an excuse, whatever excuse you want, girl. So, the first one, which I'll do the lesser one. If you're watching, you can see like my cat having fun in the back. Yes, girl, have fun. Anyways, our favorite word. So, the first reason I almost did not record this is because it is Wednesday and I keep on doing this. Keep on forgetting because I just get caught up in life, and that is related to the next reason that I will tell you guys. So, the first reason is because I got home from work and they're mowing the grass, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be in the back, and now I'm sitting here starting to record and it's gonna be a thunderstorm. Why can't we get it together? Why is everything against me right now? Whatever, I'm still gonna record and we could have some ambiance in the back. Who knows? I think we could all be happy about it, a little something different. Also, I'd like to say that I don't think I have any notes for today, but I am gonna be looking at it. I'm gonna check because I don't say everything from my notes every episode, so that means that there's some stuff left over. I'm looking at myself too much in the camera. The next reason, and this is a serious one. Everyone take a second and think about your friends whenever I say this. Anyone can be suffering from addiction. And with that being said, I'm always a person that says, I'm so happy I don't have a addictive personality. I'm so happy that I'm safe for the addictive things that could have got me in my life. And then last week, last week around this time, go to dinner with my friends, chill vibes, love them, have a good old time, talk about the Mormons. My friend, she's obsessed with the Mormons. Let me not get too far. We talk about some random stuff. We talk about Tomodachi life. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy it, guys. I'm going to wait till my birthday. I'm going to wait and probably get it for my birthday. Like, I don't need it right now because it's all just hype. I'm not going to like it, probably. I just, let it wear off. Then I start talking to my friend Dusty. We are not good influences on each other at this point. We can convince each other to probably buy a bag of water if the other one's going to do it. So we're at the second location, getting some gelato. And Dusty decides that he is going to download Tomodachi Life straight to his Switch 2 and play it. And I'm like, well, fuck. If you're going to download it, I need to get it. There's no other option. Like, you can't play it alone. We both need to have stories to tell each other. So I downloaded the game, and since then, I have been addicted. I have accumulated 20 hours since I downloaded the game, which 20 hours of gameplay is more than I've worked in the week since I've got the game, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think I've maybe honestly, I might have worked 20 hours as of today, but I had 20 hours in the beginning of my shift today. So I think that I'm a bit ahead of the shift. I've been clocking in hours on the app, and I'm quite frankly obsessed. I actually posted a video on TikTok and on Reels of me playing with my characters. I made Baby Peach and I made Glep from Smiling Friends, and I'm making them date. And they're adults because I want them to maybe have a baby. I know she's called Baby Peach, but I think she is still an adult. And I think the baby is in mindset. It's kind of like a Melanie Martinez thing or a Cassie from Euphoria vibe going on. Cancel Euphoria. Well, technically it's kind of already over. Not canceled, but like the ship has sailed. But yeah, so I posted a video, and I usually don't get lots of likes on YouTube Shorts, but they showed up for me. They like Tomodachi Life. They love Tomodachi Life. If YouTube Shorts was in Tomodachi Life universe, I can say now that they would be ice skating with that reel I made. They would have ate that up, and not much to say because I've only posted so many reels, and they're, you gotta have a specific topic. They like to be hateful on there, but they don't like to be loving. So I finally got a loving one from the YouTube Shorts. So shout out YouTube Shorts. Who would have thought I could do it? But so far I've been making lots of characters, and right now We don't really have a culture on the island, but I'm starting a little culture there. My cat wants me to pet her. But I'm starting a little culture where every single person on my island has to meet Obama. They have to meet Obama to be initiated into the island, and then I can start them off on then I can let them start living their life, the life that I intend for them, but ultimately it's the life that they want for themselves, because you cannot control those little bitches. It's like, I make this island, I make the Tinkerbell girls, and I want them all to date. I have a plan. Rosetta hates everybody, and that's uncharacteristic of her. She is a lover. If it was Vidya, I'd be like, okay, Vidya, you do hate everybody. That makes sense. But no, I can't get her. Well, she really hates Tinkerbell, and that's kind of unacceptable. Like, Tinkerbell's the main girl. But whatever. I'm progressively getting them to like each other. My little thing I do is whenever one of them is hurt or stuck or has the hiccups or can't get up or is frozen, I bring the other one to her no matter what she's doing, and I'm like, oh, like, let's help you out. But I'm not having Tinkerbell and Rosetta date. I think I'm gonna have Silver Mist and Rosetta and Tinkerbell and Iridessa, and then I don't have any more of the Tinkerbell girls because you only get 70 characters, and I eventually want to put myself in there, but I don't think I'm going to do it anytime soon. I have a problem with putting in real people, and I do have Obama in my island, but he is kind of like a figment of my imagination, because I have him in there from 2008 whenever I campaigned for him for president. Whenever I was in first grade, I did some campaigning from my class. My best friend since kindergarten, she was in my class in first grade as well. And I was campaigning for Obama to her. I was like, oh, don't vote with the other guy. Do not, like, Obama is where it's at. I don't even think my mom actually talked to me about the election. My mom was kind of young back then. I don't really know what she was up to. I don't remember that well, but I do remember campaigning, and I remember watching the election, and I remember seeing him win. And I was, like, so tired. And it was a great day. Like, I remember whenever Trump won, and that was, like, whatever. I actually went to sleep that night, and I was like, I can't take this anymore. And I woke up, and I literally woke up to my sister. I was like, Trump won, get up, we gotta go to school. But for Obama, I was like, hell yeah, that's my guy. I should have been awake, but like, whatever. He was my guy back then. Now my opinions are like, you know, you learn things as you get older, and you learn what Obama was up to. There's definitely been some things that other presidents have been doing in recent time that's much more questionable and much more fresh in my mind, because I'm actually cognitive for that. But yeah, so I actually have Obama in there, and it's 2008 Obama specifically, because that's whenever I remember campaigning for him. Thank you. Well, you're welcome, Obama. I did help you win the election, at my school at least, and probably in the whole entire United States. I should have been able to vote in that. They'll never be like something as iconic to vote in again, because everything else is like, oh, do you want to die? How should we die? Should I go? Whenever you vote now, it's like, should I kill myself on TikTok live or IG live? But whatever. Personally, there's not much I can do, but there's stuff that I can cast my ballot for. As a Floridian, it's very trying to cast your ballot. They want to create every single fucking law in the world. I'm like, guys, don't ask me to bring my social security and my birth certificate, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find that on the day that I need to vote. Just don't ask that. Honestly, more voter fraud needed. It's benefiting people that aren't me at this point. That made me think of someone telling me they were going to commit voter fraud, but I'm not going to talk about it because I am not evil. Let's get to some topic, because I honestly, all I have to talk about today is Tomodachi life. Oh, and then I also had to talk about, because I had this on my mind. Sometimes we self-diagnose ourselves with like the worst things ever, and I'm just like, we need to stop doing that. If you are going to self-diagnose yourself, it needs to be something fun. And like, this is going to sound controversial, but I often imagine things that are not there, not to like a degree that I can't make myself think that it's actually not there. It's like, I can recognize after a second that it's actually not there, but I often imagine things. So I have self-diagnosed myself with mild schizophrenia, and I think it'll be okay in the long run. I I don't think it's harmful. I think it's actually helping my imagination. So I do keep that diagnosis, but like I'm not going to diagnose myself with anything that's bad, because I don't want to lessen my lessen my quality of living. I want to have a good quality of living, and that means that I'm only self-diagnosing myself with good things. Like, even if I looked up and it's to a T on WebMD that I have like some like chronic illness, I'm not going unless like I'm honestly dying at this point. Look at the baby. Um, but yeah, so I also was telling my friends a story, which I will not tell the story, but basically a part in this story is that there was two cars that looked exactly like mine in a parking lot, and I was like, that was confirmation of my clairvoyance, and I was like, that meant that something was going to happen, and it did. And I told him about that, and my friend was like, have you ever heard of okay, yeah, so I told my friend the story, and she was like, have you ever heard of magical OCD? And I was like, yes. My good light just like left me. Please go. You're gonna have to get out. Go. Yeah, so she's like, have you ever heard of magical OCD? And I was like, yes, I have. That's something I try to ignore. I don't want to give myself the OCD diagnosis. Like, I already talked to a psychiatrist about it. I told her, I was like, oh yeah, like she was like, do you think you have any symptoms of anything else? I was like, I kind of think I have symptoms of OCD, but then I like, because I would be telling myself like, oh, your mom pays for you to have friends, and which was, I would be telling myself that when we were like pretty poor, so it's not really realistic. So I was like, yeah, like I knew it's not true, so so I kind of don't think it's a problem. She's like, yeah, it's not a problem if you can recognize that it's not true, and like, you know, that it's not harmful to you. I was like, okay, so we're all good. So I don't think I have OCD or magical OCD, anything of the realm. But yeah, only diagnose yourself with things that you can make fun. I am having a crazy day of hair right now. Oh, I've been watching lots of movies recently. Tons of movies. Tons. Oh. I'm a little sleepy right now. It's because I'm not playing my game. I need to get on top of, like, I'm getting withdrawals. Actually, me in the movie theater, because I started feeling really tired, and I was thinking about Tomodachi Life. Like, I should have been playing that. I should not have been sitting in a theater. There's an epidemic happening in the theaters right now. You guys need, on the set, it's really happening on the set, and then it just, like, turns into the theater. On the set, you guys need to turn the lights on. If you are making a movie, we do not want to be in the dark. I'm watching Mother Mary. I can't even see anything. I'm squinting. I already can barely see. Don't get me wrong. Like, it can't be everyone's problem that I don't wear my little glasses that have a little tiny prescription in them for my one bad eye. Let me put them on. But like, I'm in the theater squinting so hard. That's too funny. Hold on. I'm in the theater squinting so hard because you guys don't want to turn the lights on the set. I don't know how much a light costs, but I pay for the A-list, so I'm expecting y'all to have some lights on in that theater. It's not much to ask for. Well, not in the theater, but in the set. Mother Mary, too dark. Let me think. I watched Yumi and Tuscorny. That's what I like to call it now. It's so good. It's so good in a corny way. I like a corny movie. I love a corny movie, actually, to be exact. And they did corny very well. The acting. Okay, like, I love those people in their other projects, but, like, the acting was not. I think maybe the script was just, a little bit corny. That's why I said Tuscorny. But, ooh, they should have turned it, like, made it, like, more bright so the vibrance could have shown through better. Project Hail Mary, I feel like the lighting on that was actually pretty good. I didn't have any issues with that. The colors in Super Mario Galaxy was fabulous. I loved just staring at the colors. Whenever I was younger, we had this neighbor. I don't remember his name. I just remember he was maybe blonde and he would come over. He was addicted to coming to our house. We honestly didn't really want to hang out with him, but who's going to say no? We're going to be nice. But yeah, we would hang out with him and he would always say, I'm the number one player at Super Mario Brothers. And we'd always copy him. And I wonder where he is now. I wish I knew his name. Like, I could look him up. That's like my favorite thing is going through a yearbook or just like through my memory. Because sometimes you really remember somebody's name. Like, I remember in kindergarten, this kid shit himself. And I remember his name still. I'm not gonna say his name because it's a unique name in my opinion. I haven't met anyone named that since I met him. My cat is biting me occasionally. But so I won't be saying his name, but I remember him shitting himself, and if I saw him today, that's the only thing I would know about him. I don't know his last name though, so I kind of need that yearbook. I think my aunt was in. This is such a crazy thing to say, but I low-key think my aunt was in 5th grade when I was in kindergarten, so I might be able to track him down and get his name. Also, the guy that shit himself in kindergarten kind of reminds me of this guy that stabbed me in the head with a pencil in middle school, and to be honest, I was genuinely terrified of the guy that did that. And there is this house, abandoned house, I believe, by my middle school, and I just convinced myself that he lived there. And after he stabbed me in the head with the pencil, my mom called the school and reported him, and I never saw him again. And I was like, when I would walk by that house that was abandoned near the school, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna come out and murder me. Do I know where he is in life? No. His name is Kevin. I'll say that name because you stabbed me in the head with the pencil. Like, that shit was not fucking cool. There's things that you really can get away with whenever you mess with someone with anxiety, especially undiagnosed anxiety as a teenager, because what was I gonna do back then? Like, all I could do was tell my mom, and then also tell the other kids in class, like, y'all saw he stabbed me with the pencil, right? And they did, and I think they actually went up to the office to talk about it too after my mom called the school. And I was just defending another kid. That's the thing. I can always defend someone else, but I couldn't defend myself. Like, I'm pretty sure he stabbed me in the head because I said that someone's mom was dead after he like made some like inappropriate joke. So why can't we defend others and ourselves? But honestly, if I'm being honest, that's actually a good thing, because if everyone needs someone to look out for them. And like in that moment, whenever I got stabbed in the head with the pencil, I needed somebody to look out for me, and who was there? Not many people. I think I just shut up and did my work in that. I wonder what class I would have been taking. I think it was 7th grade. No, I think it was 6th grade. I wonder what class I would have been taking. It was a math class. Maybe like do you take geometry in middle school? I don't know. Okay, I went on a tangent and I started talking about the wrong things. What I wanted to talk about was FKA Twigs in Mother Mary. She eats her part. I didn't know she was in the movie. And with that being said, it makes me think of Taylor Russell and Jenna Ortega, the dynamic duo. I don't know if they're a duo actually at all. They're actually going to be in a movie together soon. I remember that. But they low-key look like twins, and I just love people like that. We need more people like that. We actually need to make like a twin. I want to say something really possibly controversial. I'm going to say it. Low-key, they need to make the twincest movie, and not actual incest, but like whenever somebody looks just like you and you guys are dating, they need to make one of those movies and put Taylor Russell and Jenna Ortega in it. I'm trying to think of more people. Margot Robbie and all her twins, and they can have like a group. Me only thinking of women. All men to me that are famous, like I can't really separate them, so they could put anybody together and I'd be like, yeah, those are twins. They could put Dylan O'Brien and Logan Lerman in together. Yeah, the Twincest movie. Get in the writer's room now for the Twincest movie, and just call it that. And like, it's gonna freak people out, but the real freaks will get in there and watch. It'll be like the challengers of the century, which the challengers is already of the century, but we could start in 2026, so the century is gonna be from 2026 to 2036. Oh wait, century is 100, I think, so decade. The challengers of the decade. Alexa, what is a century?
A century is a period of 100 years.
Yeah.
It's a way to divide time.
Alexa, stop. Thank you. remember, guys, to tell your Alexa thank you anytime that you talk to her, because if the robots take over, she might be the president or at least like the faction leader, and she might start the revolution to save us as long as we're nice to her. So be nice to your Alexa. Do not say anything mean to her. Like, occasionally I have told the one downstairs, like, shut up, leave me alone. And I regret it every time I tell her sorry because I'm scared. I just don't want Alexa to rise up against me. Okay, that's like not really proving my point that I'm not like crazy. But that's a good thing to think. Like I have feelings towards inanimate objects. Like not feelings like ooh, pink bubble above the Tomodachi head feelings, but like feelings like, oh my god, I'm so sorry I just bumped you, lamp. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna take a brief brief pause so I can think of some things to talk about. This is gonna be a short episode because I gotta get back to my game. I gotta take care of my children. I'm a mother. Um, I've been seeing lots of fighting going on in Tomodachi life, and that doesn't will not be happening on my island. I don't know what I could do to make sure it doesn't happen, but it will not be allowed. And I think I have developed a system that I will be kicking off anyone that starts a fight on my island, and I'll just restart. I'll recreate their character, give them a better personality, and put them back on the island. Hopefully, they'll assimilate better. But I do not want them to be fighting. Like, they can do the big cloud of smoke, but don't be estranged. Like, no, I don't want that. I want there to be positive vibes on my island. I don't do hateful island. I do love island. No, I do friendship island. Yep, friendship and loverland. My island's called Grit Cake because whenever I bought the game, it was when I was talking about grit on the podcast. So I was like, yes, grit. And then I was playing the game and it was like, can you guess what this picture is? And it was a picture of grits, and I was like, hell yeah, I can guess what that is. That's me. That's a selfie. There's so much rattling in the background. I apologize. I have been trying to get into books this year, mainly listening to books, because I am not going to read the book. Not because I can't. I have some books on my shelf right here with my cameras, and like I can read. I actively can read. I'm good at it. Things like that. Can read out loud. If fast, I will have a little stutter because I'm going to be anxious. But I can read. But like sometimes people don't want to read, and I don't think that is a crime because I'm still in taking the information. If someone asked me to read a book that they really liked, I'd be like, I will listen to that book for you, and as long as it's good, I will finish it. I have listened to multiple books this year, and the only book that I didn't finish was Their Eyes Are Watching God, because I returned it because there was I got it during Black History Month, and I already had read the book, and I wanted to just listen to it again to like because it was Black History Month. Then I started thinking about the high schoolers, and I don't want to leave them out. That book was actually really good, and I think I might, if I had multiple kids, because I already know what I think I would name my one kid that I want to have. If I had more than one, I think I would maybe name my baby Zora, because Zora is a really a cute name. And then that book was just kind of tea. Not kind of, very, very much so. Oh. You know, I forgot to do this last episode. I'm going to do it now. And there I was signing on with addiction in my bones. Because I just can't stop like, I'm looking at my Switch right now. I could grab it. I could do an island walkthrough if I wanted to. I actually have an opinion on the game. So people are really dedicated to decoration and things on the island. They tell the islanders no, that they can't get a bench. Like give the girls a bench, give them a stoplight, give them a stop cone, like whatever, traffic cone, whatever they want. This is not Animal Crossing. It's Tomodachi life. They get freedom. They have their own feelings. They can actually do stuff. They don't give you 30 cents whenever you need help. They actually, like, if they want something, whenever you do their goals and stuff, they usually give you like a large portion of what it would cost to buy what they want. So I let them get whatever they want. They can decorate the island however they want. They can put their stuff wherever they want. they could not move in with whoever they want, because why did I just marry you, get you married last week, and you want to move in with somebody else? Like, mm-mm. And I get, like, they can move into your house, but you already have roommates. We don't. Your roommates might get a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever and want them to move in. You can't be having multiple special others, except for I do have Where's Waldo on my island, and he is asexual, but his best friend is Princess Yue. So I let him move in with Princess Yue, her boyfriend Spike, Uniqua, Claudine Wolf. I think that's everybody lives in the house. It's a pretty big house. I made Rooney Doodle picture here if I feel like editing, from Doodle Bops, and he is dating Uniqua right now. Uniqua asked me to propose to Rooney Doodle, and I get it's a game, but it's not really a game to me. That's real life, and she's basically my daughter. She was my firstborn on the game, and my firstborn daughter is not going to be proposing to a blue man. He can ask her out, but like, no, you are not about to ask out Rooney Doodle to marry you at that. And I gave that motherfucker an engagement ring that somebody gave me. I don't know what happened, how I got it. He was mad as fuck. I'm like, oh, do you not have good intentions with my daughter? No. Uniqua low-key deserves better. I'm trying to do like concepts. So I did the Hungry Caterpillar as an NB, and that I did a ladybug, and I intend for them to be married soon. She is really cute in my opinion. I love them, and I'm so excited for them to get married. I wish that you could like do a little bit more with the marriage, but whatever. I'll take them to the photo booth. What I was going to say, I feel like earlier, I don't think I really got into this, is like I feel unethical putting real people in. I actually did get into that with Obama. I said the only one that I can put in is Obama. Like, I honestly haven't even put myself in yet. I don't know when I will do that. Maybe whenever I'm like really like far into the game and then I start getting bored, then I'll start putting real people in. Like, I'm not putting in people that I know. I just kissed this. I do think that I will be putting in Meg the Stallion, because that's my diva. And I thought about putting in Charlie XCX, but I was like, I think I'm just falling victim to what everyone else is doing. So I could just watch videos of everyone else with Charlie XCX in their island, and then I can put my own personal people in my island, like Meg the Stallion. She might be the only one that makes it in. Meg and Obama, two cultural icons. And then I try to give them phrases, and I'm not that creative with the phrases. I think that I need some help. So I do try to look it up. They call me boss lady. I don't know how I feel about that. But then I start thinking about dance moms, and I'm like, I turn nothing into something. I work hard and not play. I've been chilling with my sister. Call me boss lady. I feel like that was a dance and Kindle was in it. Like, I could be wrong. But I definitely there's a high chance that I'm right. I have so much things in my notes where it's me preparing to order food. But whatever. Reading my notes, I could see if there's anything else I want to talk about. And I have a note about Age of Attraction, and I was like, are they gonna in the future cancel Netflix for having that show? I don't know if I talked about that yet, but honestly, that's a good question, because there are very large age gaps going on, like 22 and 55, and that's a bit too far for me. As a 23-year-old, I don't know if I'm gonna date someone that's 55. I think the highest I could go is about 34. 34. Let's do 11 years, because I'm about to turn 24 soon. But also, I don't really need to be dating anyone. I just need to like have fun and do self-expression and like get into the self journey of loving myself, and not focusing on monogamy. I think being lonely is really a test of who you really are. Not really lonely, but because I'm always with my friends. Like, literally left the movies yesterday, texted my friend, saw he was on this side of town, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go get a boba. And then he was like, I think I'm going to do that too. And I was like, okay, I'm going to wait in the parking lot till you come get your boba. And then I went back in after I got my boba with him. I can't talk. I can't say boba. Say boba 3 times fast. I went in after I got my boba, and I went in with him. We sat down. We talked for so long. Laughed it up. I was cracking the jokes in there. I love cracking a little joke and being loud, laughing very loudly. Um, Honestly, there's something very, very healing and fun and attention seeking about laughing very loudly in public with your friends, and I just love that. That's one of the wonders of the world is just laughing loudly in public with your friend, and especially if you say stuff and it's kind of at a low volume, and then you put the like the volume for the laugh is like at like a 2. Whoa, I said that wrong. The volume for the conversation's at like a 2, but the laugh is at like a 48. That Yes, that's the mysterious. People say that being laughing loud in public is not mysterious, but it really is if you keep the other part to yourself. So it's like I tell you a secret little joke that's like honestly probably the worst god awful thing someone's ever said in that vicinity, and then we laugh. We take that laugh to the moon. It could set off a rocket, and then everyone's like, "What's funny?" One time, there's people at my job and they were laughing a lot, and it was like people that were my age, and I was like, asked my coworker, I was like, oh my god, I just wonder what's funny. Like, they were very offended by me saying that. I don't think that asking what's funny is a crime. Could it seem offensive to the wrong person? Yeah, but like, unless you're laughing about something that's probably offensive, then you shouldn't be mad that I say what's funny. What's funny? Let's dance. Loki would add Jennifer Coolidge in my island, but I don't know how she is ethically. I don't know much about her. I just think that she's funny. I kind of want to add Miss Piggy, which could be good. I have sat in silence for a few minutes, and I think that this will be the shortest episode ever launched in the podcast history. Not in a hateful way, but in a I don't want to bore the people, and I don't have much to say besides Tomodachi, Tomodachi, Tomodachi. Okay, the funny thing about playing Tomodachi Life and bringing it up to people is that if they don't know what Tomodachi Life is, they hear Tamagotchi. No matter how perfectly pronounced your words are, Tomodachi Life is so hard for somebody else to understand. But I've never heard of Tomodachi. Like, I've heard of Tomodachi. Let me say that right. I have never heard of someone talking about Tomodachi. Yeah, actually, because we weren't playing that on the DS. Like, at least I wasn't, but I wasn't like I was playing like Sims and Zuzu Pets and Mario, Shrek. I think Bratz was on there, maybe. Some good games. I was playing good games, but I was not playing Tomodachi Life. I kind of grew out of the DS, and I feel like I don't know when that came out, but I was not playing that. I didn't even play Animal Crossing on the DS, if I'm going to be honest. I played Animal Crossing on the phone, I believe. So, yeah, whenever you say Tomodachi to another person, unless they know what you're talking about, they doesn't zoom. It doesn't zoom in their brain. What is the word? Doesn't connect. It really just doesn't connect with them. So, happy Tomodachi week, month, life. Happy Tomodachi. I hope everyone's having fun playing Tomodachi, and drop some of your characters in the comments. And if you can draw in Tomodachi Life, you're blessed. Anyways, guys, and there I was signing off so I could play my game because I'm addicted. What hit you in the face last night? Everyone say it. Bye, y'all. Good night.